chosen ones, God's people, are making this video for you. God placed this um, God placed this message in my heart to share with you. He wanted to tell me to let you know that we are living in the last days, and God placed the revelation in my heart to share with you. But before we begin, I want to give all the praise, and I want to give thanks to God for everything that He has done for me. Alright, so we're going to go over 3 verses that I read when God gave me this revelation. So we're going to go to the book of Mark chapter 13, verses 7 and 8. And you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. Nation will go to war against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be earthquakes in many parts of the world, as well as famines. But this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. So with that being said, there is wars going on right now, right? There is the war between Russia and Ukraine. If I'm correct, this is year 2023. And yes, there is a war with Israel, and there's a war with China. There's a war with U.S. and Afghanistan, and not only that, but there were also earthquakes. Earthquakes are being taken in all over the world in different places. So, and famines in various places too, kingdom against kingdom. So I'm providing that verse there, which is Mark 13 verses 7 and 8. I'm gonna read it one more time. And you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. Nation will go to war against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be earthquakes in many parts of the world, as well as famines. But this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. So as God placed His word in my heart, as I was reading this that one day, this was about a couple weeks ago when I was reading this, and Spirit was telling me that I have to share this with you because this is important. It's obvious that there are earthquakes and there are wars, right, that are going on in this world today. But God wants to tell me to let you know not to be afraid, because even though we may be living in the last days, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that we got to stop doing what we're doing. We continue living our normal lives. And I have a few other verses I want to share with you. The next one is Mark chapter 13, verses 23 through 25. Watch out. I have warned you about this ahead of time. At that time, after the anguish of those days, the sun will be darkened, the moon will give no light, the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers in the heavens will be shaken. So I'm going to read that again. Mark chapter 13. Stay with me because this is important. If you're a true believer in Christ, if you are a true follower of Jesus, and and you've been keeping up with everything that's going on in the world today, this is important. So I suggest that you want to pay attention to this because I wouldn't be sharing this with you if God didn't place this in my heart. Spirit was telling me to do this. Even I didn't want to do it. I was tired and I was lazy, but you know, because we love God, because we love Jesus, so we do the things that is necessary. So Mark chapter 13, verses 23, 24, and 25. Watch out. I have warned you about this ahead of time. At that time, after the anguish of those days, the sun will be darkened, the moon will give no light, the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers in the heavens will be shaken. So, what I feel in my spirit, verse 23 saying, watch out, is meaning that God has already warned us about these things. God has been warning us since World War I, since World War II, but the end has not come yet. As we read, earlier, it was saying that there will be wars. Because we serve a God that works in mysterious ways, these, all of these things have to continue to take place. Even now, there are prophecies being fulfilled in the Bible. For example, the Euphrates River has been drying up, and also the mark of the beast, that little chip that the government is portraying all over the world. But I'm gonna save that for another video. Right now, we're gonna continue where I left off. At that time, after the anguish of those days, this is verse 24. Stay with me. If you gotta, rewatch this video, then I would do so. The sun will be darkened. So the sun will be darkened. I don't know if you've lived in San Francisco when there was one day when the sun had turned red. It was reddish orange, right? It was during the day, and the sky was red. It was almost like blood red, and it felt like a zombie apocalypse. So it's like a feeling, it's like the darkness of the sun. It did really feel dark in that day. And I remember that day I was with my friend, my coworker, and we both kind of wondered, what is the meaning of this? What is going on? So I feel like in my spirit that right there is, um, is something that's being fulfilled right now. Not only did it take place here in San Francisco, but also in other parts of the world, just like the earthquakes. The moon will give no light. This is verse 25. The stars will fall from the sky. The stars will fall from the sky. I had a vision one time. I was I believe I was 18, 19, or 20. I had a dream, and God gave me a vision about these stars I was dreaming. And I seen all these stars from the sky falling rapidly, all at once. Just, I didn't know what it meant, but as I was reading this and I saw that verse there, verse 25, the stars will fall from the sky, it hit me, spirit. Spirit was telling me that, that was something that I needed to share. Not only that, but I don't know if you've been watching the news, but you would see those comets, those meteorites falling from the sky, not rapidly, but like one at a time. You would see them falling in different parts of the world. It's just one. If you look it up on YouTube, you can see those meteors, those meteorites, those comets, or those random things falling from the sky. Those are the stars that is being fulfilled in the Bible. That says the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers in the heavens will be shaken. So I'm gonna read that verse one more time. This is verse 25, Mark chapter 13. The stars will fall from the sky, and the powers in the heavens will be shaken. So if you go on YouTube and you type in mysterious boom sounds, alright, if you can hear me, mysterious boom sounds on YouTube, you will see that it has been shown on the news of recordings of witnesses to hear. You can hear, and um, you could feel um, the shaking of the witnesses and their cameras being shaken as they are recording the evidence of these weird sounds and these trumpet sounds too. There are trumpet sounds as well. You just gotta look it up on YouTube, and you will hear those sounds, and you will feel the shaking from the video as the camera is recording. So I would look that up. This is important. This is a prophecy being fulfilled, even as I speak. But we're gonna go on to the next verse. Let's go to Mark chapter 13, verses 32 through 37. However, no one knows the day or hour when these things will happen, not even the angels in heaven or the Son himself. Only the Father knows. And since you don't know when that time will come, be on guard, stay alert. The coming of the Son of Man can be illustrated by the story of a man going on a long trip. When he left home, he gave each of his slaves instructions about the work they were to do, and he told the gatekeeper to watch for his return. You too must keep watch, for you don't know when the master of the household will return, in the evenings at midnight, before dawn, or at daybreak. Don't let him find you sleeping when he arrives without warning. I say to you what I say to everyone: watch for him. So with that being said, I believe God is telling us to, to prepare. In one of the verses it says, stay alert, to keep watch, because nobody knows the day or the hour when God will come to take his people. Nobody knows. So just because we may be living in the last days, don't get comfortable. We continue to continue reading your word, continue stay prayed up every day. It doesn't matter how tired or if you feel lazy, you gotta find motivation and find inspiration, because you could hear the gospel is being shared all over the world, and even God's Holy Spirit has been touching a lot of people's hearts, and so when I first received this revelation, it hit me hard in my spirit, and I didn't know what to do, but I took the time to take notes and to study. I will be making a part two for this video. I will. There's gonna be a part two because this first video I didn't really feel comfortable. But so those last few verses that I shared with you, um, pretty much God is saying to, you know, to be prepared when that day comes, because Jesus is a thief in the night. He'll come at any time, in any given moment, and God will come and he will, he'll take his people just like that, like a blink, like a, snap of a finger, or like a blink of an eye. Jesus can come even while in your sleep if you're not prayed up, if you're not in your word, and who knows. But anyways, pay attention to those signs. The verses that I was sharing earlier with the earthquakes, and like we are truly living in the last days. Keep your eyes open and your ears open to listen out for the calling. God uses anything, because God is the universe, and the universe will provide these signs. So pay attention. So real quick, I'm gonna read those verses again. Mark chapter 13, verses 32 through 37. However, no one knows the day or hour when these things will happen, not even the angels in heaven or the Son himself. Only the Father knows. And since you don't know when that time will come, be on guard. Stay alert. The coming of the Son of Man can be illustrated by the story of a man going on a long trip. When he left home, he gave each of his slaves instructions about the work they were to do, and he told the gatekeeper to watch for his return. You too must keep watch, for you don't know when the master of the household will return, in the evenings, at midnight, before dawn, or at daybreak. Don't let him find you sleeping when he arrives without warning. I say to you what I say to everyone: watch for him. So let's go over verse 36. Mark 13, verses 36. I want to go over the story of the night that Jesus was betrayed. So it says, don't let him find you sleeping when he arrives without warning. So remember that story about Jesus when he told his disciples to, to pray while he went to go to his Father, and he went before he was betrayed by Judas, and he told his disciples to pray. He told them not to sleep, or else I'm not sure, he said something, but that verse right there, verse 36, don't let him find you sleeping when he arrives without warning. Like I was saying earlier, Jesus could come like a thief in the night, right? If you're not prepared, if you're not ready, if you're not prayed up. So just like that, and when Jesus came back to his disciples and they were sleeping, Jesus was depending on them. If they would have prayed, and even though Jesus knew that was his time to be betrayed, but what if, his disciples didn't fall asleep, and what if they prayed, and maybe Jesus didn't get betrayed, but Jesus, his disciples, that is us, He's speaking to us that we must stay stay prayed up because you know because we could also be um, if we fall asleep and if we're not prayed up, then anything could happen to us too. Um, as it said, verse it says verse 37. I say to you what I say to everyone: watch for him. So I'm gonna end the video right there. I hope that whoever's watching this video, I hope that you had you know a good understanding of what I was trying to say, and the video that I was trying to portray on here, that we need to um, just be ready, at all times, every day, pray when you wake up, pray before you go to sleep, and pray whenever you have the opportunity and the chance to pray, and continue reading your word, and don't forget you know just just be prepared, because nobody I feel that this is the end for those who are wicked, those who are evil, but this is the beginning for us, for God's people, for God's chosen ones. you know it may seem like the end of the world to everyone else, but to us, fear not, for I am with you. God is with you everywhere you go. If God is for us, who can be against us? um, the Lord is my salvation, whom shall I fear? you know so don't be afraid just because, if you're watching this video. I rebuke the spirit of fear in the name of Jesus. And, I hope this video helped you in any way, shape, or form. And I encourage you to share this video with others too. Because, you know, I wouldn't be putting this video here if God didn't place this in my heart to share with you. This is important because there is prophecy being fulfilled all over the world right now. And but yes, I'm gonna end the video there. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos to come. And yes, like I said earlier, I will be making a part 2 to this video. Thank you.